So in the next couple of weeks, or maybe next couple of months, I'm going to be receiving a new OTA, optical telescope assembly, which will replace my Startravel, Skywatcher Startravel 120, which I have been using up to now in well. In all the videos and everything that you've seen on my website. It's a step up. So the achromatic Startravel is different from the apochromatic Esprit in that the focusing of wavelengths of light is at the same focus point, essentially, with an apochromatic telescope. And one of the things that I have been essentially fighting with is the focus with the change of filters. So the Startravel is okay. You can take a narrowband filter, and because you're only looking at a really small size of wavelength distribution, you can get pretty good photos from narrowband filters. However, you're going to run into problems if you try to use a one-shot color camera or try and do wider band. So even a red filter or green or blue filter or luminous filter, you are going to run into issues where you're just never going to be able to focus correctly. However, it served me for a good year, in my first year of astrophotography and astronomy, and I thought it'd be worthwhile just getting the tube out and showing you guys what it looked like, and also maybe how I operate it. So this is the telescope. It's 120 millimeters at this end. Got a little focuser at this end. Got the manual focus adjustment on that side there. On this side I have modified it. So what you have here is a DC motor. And this allows me to change the focus on the focuser remotely from the comfort of indoors via a focus controller that plugs in here. This will come with a manual up-down type focus controller that you can plug a standard 9-volt DC battery into, but you can also attach a high-tech Astro DC focus controller. It's a DC motor, and the issue with that is that if you focus one way, and obviously the telescope is going to be pointed something like that. If you focus out and you've got a big weight on the bottom end of your telescope, then whatever current you apply is going to move the focuser a different amount if you were focusing the other way, because it's not a stepper motor. It's not saying moves a certain angle or a certain number of turns in one direction. It's just saying apply this amount of current and see how you get there. And the issue of that with most of the autofocus routines that you might find in software such as K-Stars in ECOS is that you're going to skew your algorithm and it's not going to work. Well, it's not going to work easily. I tried rewriting part of part of the driver for this, well, not for this, but for the high-tech Astro DC, and with varying results. I kind of sort of got it a bit better, but I couldn't. I wanted it to be a lot better, basically. But I mean, this is a nice telescope. It's really cheap. This is a 200 £200, maybe a bit more. You might find one second hand on the market soon. I've got a Esprit 120 Pro, hopefully arriving from China, although obviously because of the COVID-19 stuff, there's been a lot of delays with orders like that, and it's not the kind of kit. It costs 10 times the amount of this, because it's an apochromatic refractor, and this is an achromatic refractor. So this is a single lens, whereas the Esprit will have it's a triple lens array, and essentially will be a lot better because it focuses a lot of the wavelengths to a much tinier degree of separation, which means that focusing will become much less of an issue. I also have a Sesto Senso stepper motor autofocuser on order, and I hope to be able to showcase those in a later video. I do love this scope because I actually enjoy looking at some of the photos that I've taken with it, and some of the compilations and stacks that I have produced, and I would certainly recommend it to anyone who didn't have the budget but really wanted to get into it, on astrophotography, or even just looking at a few star clusters. I was blown away the first time I used it because I'd never seen anything other than that. So I definitely recommend this one. I more recommend the one I've got coming soon, and well, you might see one of these on the market soon. Thanks for watching.